Hello. 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 Now, thing you gotta ask yourself is actually how much bullshit would you want to put up with every day in your life? Like, we have kind of like a metering system internally in our brains, right? That we're going to put up with so much bullshit every day. And I'm using the term bullshit because it's a generality that a lot of people understand in not only the culture that I come from, but other cultures. So, if you pardon the colorful metaphor that I'm using, we'll call it BS. Well, that's like, an acronym, right? BS. Okay, so here we go. You're putting up with bullshit, or acronym, BS, every day of your life. And ever since you've been born, you've always been either dealing it out, BS, or getting it back. And sometimes you get it and you just say to yourself, I've had enough of this today. So you got a couple of choices. You either retreat and hide from it, or you take it and you kind of like, be like a duck. And they say, well, what about a duck in water, right? Water rolls off the duck's back. And its other parts are waterproof, and like a frog, do not allow the water to get in. So basically, we're equipped the same way, I'm told. Anyway, excuse me, I've got a little bit of an itch there due to allergies, and I just kind of woke up being this time of the morning where I am in Thailand. But to get back to the BS factor, is every day you're going to deal with it. BS is just there. And let me tell you, you're going to get BS'd when it comes to the food you eat, the water you drink, the politics you're dealing with. It's also going to be with maybe even a loved one, a child that you have, a grandchild, a spouse or somebody that you're close to, a partner in life. You might get it from an animal that you got in the house. It's actually telling you that it owns you, and you're going to have to put up with all kinds of stuff from yap, 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 to somebody doing something next door, banging on their walls, and if you're in an apartment, you might have to do something about it. BS is also a factor as to where you are at the time that the BS factor starts. Like, some BS starts when you're like on a bus. Hey, I'll never be on a bus. Okay, well, maybe you're on the subway. Oh, I'll never be on a subway. Or you're walking through a department store. Oh, I'll never do that. Or when you're going to the convenience store. And it goes on and on. But, I look at BS like when people get involved with like what happens at the great USA Walmart. A big industrial chain, and everybody's dressed for that. A lot of them are wearing I think they have special Walmart clothes. Hey, what's the most stupid thing that I can wear? Look like Bruce Jenner, and everybody will dress like me, and then I'll go there, and I won't go to a drag bar. I want to go to some place where I can go in the middle of the day and wear pantyhose, be a guy, and a big wig, and maybe a tutu, and pretend I'm J. Edgar Hoover. Oh, I'll go to Walmart. They have blue light specials at other stores, right? I never hear that happen in a Walmart. Okay, the other thing too is things like every day I'm looking at this and I'm looking at, what in the hell is going on over there? All these police compilations that people put together that everybody's taken on their cell phones, all these these things where cops are, off CCTV and things like that, and dash cams where policemen. Now, when I was a kid, the idea was on the car that they drove, it said to protect and serve. When I was a kid, they had a TV series called 1 Adam 12. 1 Adam 12, 1 Adam 12. It was after Dragnet. That tells you how old I am, right? But you know something? The cops they were good guys and they were nice guys, and at the same time they took care of the bad guys, and they didn't think they were G.I. Joe. You know, G.I. Joe was a toy. In fact, when G.I. Joe came out, most kids that were my age, they wouldn't touch them because it was a boy doll. You know, it came out as a doll. G.I. Joe, fighting man from head to toe. And it came out like a Barbie. Only it was a G.I. Joe and Mattel or whatever the company was, Hasbro, I believe it was, or whoever it was pushing these damn things. They came out, I mean, like a Barbie doll. And it was a guy in a uniform, you know, and you're going, oh my God, you know. And then later they degraded him down, and then they got the trend going. Now they've even had movies like Transformers. That was a toy. Now they're making movies about toys that I bought as a kid. Yeah, it's really, really freaking ridiculous. I mean, what is it? The creativity of the world's gone down to where we got to start taking off our toy companies and doing, you know, some of them haven't been too bad. Don't get me wrong, but I mean, come on, the mind, the creativity. Oh, what is about the creativity of the mind? What happened to it? Did somebody like just check it in when they walked into the stupidity bar, drank all they wanted, they got all stupid and shit, and then they just forgot to pick up the intelligence that they checked in, and they walked out of the bar drunk, still drunk and stupid, so stupid drunk, and then they sober up and they're still stupid, because stupid is stupid. Okay, so here's the deal. What are you going to do to be happy? Are you going to put up? Now, again, this is all based on, and it's all, you know, the whole thing revolves around one thing that I always talk about: happiness. What are you going to do for your happiness? You're going to let the BS put you down? You're going to let the BS that everybody's throwing around at you put you down? Are you going to do something and say, okay, screw this, I don't need to put up with it? And you either walk away from it, and you just go ahead and you get away from it and start over, or you give it a break, and then you come back and finish it. Or you turn around and you say, screw this, I'm not going to put up with you dealing all your BS out to me. So, I mean, here's the deal. Where do you stand on the idea of what is going to be acceptable bullshit compared to non-acceptable bullshit? But you know something, I see more and more of these tapes that are really centered around violence. And it kind of bothers me to think that, you know, this may have been going on for generations and decades while I was a kid growing up. And now that we have this age of more communication, where they have a cloud and they have internet connection to where a guy can get on a telephone and film something, and seconds later, minutes later, it's already up on the web, and somebody all across the world can see an incident happen where a policeman is beating on somebody. Now, you know, I'm really glad they really did put cams into telephones. And I'm glad that telephones are able to do this. I think it's one of the best security devices that ever came out of the fact that was designed, that was high tech. Yeah, in a way we're spying on each other, but at the same time it allows us to expose those around us committing crimes. And those in the process of bigotry and things like that, you can actually show them at the point to where I've seen police back down from crowds that they were harassing because somebody would stand up and say, see, I've got you on camera here, like all these other people, and what you're doing is illegal, and if you don't stop it, we're going to be turning in all this film. You can't beat that system. But, you know, remember that everybody's going to try to one-up you. Anyway, I got to go. Appreciate it. And I don't know. Let's think about some of the things in life that are kind of important. Remember, life is a BS factor. You got to put up with it every day, and don't deal out so much that the other guy wants to give it back to you. I try to get the BS, and I try to sidestep it and let it disappear. I try not to throw any back, be better to those that are bad to you than they are to you, or you. I mean, in other words, do the right thing, and in a way, you are turning the other cheek. But there's a difference. The guy comes at you with a the chainsaw and it's running. Well, there is a difference. You run like hell, and then you worry about going back later. Anyway, I wish you all a good day, and I hope that you all stay out of trouble, and I hope your BS factor is not bad. In other words, have a good one.